Hello, beautiful, magical people. My name's Linda West, and this is my channel, Morning Mayan. We have some serious business to talk about here. How do you deal with bad energy? Maybe you're not running into Voldemort. Maybe there's no Dark Lord coming after you. Maybe it's just a bully at school. Maybe it's just a coworker that's always mean to you when you come around. Maybe it's somebody in your family that just always has a cutting thing to say instead of something nice. Or maybe the dark thoughts are in your own mind. They all actually do the same amount of damage. That's what you need to learn in the first lesson. Dark energy is dark energy. So the same vibrational energy that the Dark Lord is on is evil and death and hopelessness and pain and lies and revenge. Things that are on the dark level are dark things. Dark beings bring dark things. So bad energy people are going to bring these things with them. And if you get into association with these people for very long, you are going to start to sympathize with them through sympathetic resonance, which means two frequencies that get on the same level and hang out have to find a level that they can connect with. So let me give you an example of this in your own life, okay? There are some people that when you're around them, they're gonna make you feel awesome. They make you feel the best about yourself. They make you believe in yourself. They make you believe that you're a hero or heroine in your life. They make you believe that you can do whatever you want. These are high frequency people. They are sending out love, encouragement, compassion, and empathy. Every time you're around people like this, in the Harry Potter world, it would be like Dumbledore or Professor McGonagall. I love Luna Lovegood. She's a perfect example of just complete love and forgiveness. She never tries to get back at the people that do dirty, rotten things to her and take her things and hide them. She accepts them. She's very Jesus-like in the turning of the cheek. It's a very beautiful character, and I think one why we all love her. And she also has this divine protection, which doesn't mean she doesn't get into bad situations, but she makes it out of the bad situations. Even she's so kind to Dobby. Even Dobby is like, oh, I like her. And in the end, Dobby saves them all when he just came for Harry Potter, I might add. But so, first of all, first lesson in fighting the dark arts is recognizing the difference between a good witch or wizard or person or muggle and a bad witch or wizard, muggle or being anywhere. And I'm talking about any dimension. Let's go off planet. Let's go across the universe. This is how frequency levels are measured from 1 to 13, with 1 representing the lowest frequency of energy. And when you're on that low frequency of energy, what it means is that you're holding the least amount possible of the love force, the least amount of consciousness. So these waves aren't vibrating at a speed, they're vibrating at a consciousness level. So when we're talking about dark, evil things, whether, you know, a bully or a gray alien or a, you know, some kind of malefic energy that you think may be after you, they're all operating on this lower level, okay? So what you need to know is one of the first things that you can do to beat the low level energies is to stay away from them. We have this instinct in us so that when we walk down a street and we get this eerie feeling like some danger might be around, we decide to pop into the restaurant and, you know, have something to eat and call an Uber or something because we felt it. We felt the bad energy. Okay, so This bad energy, sometimes it's really blatant. Sometimes it's in your face, being rude to you, or being really nasty to you, or dismissive, or maybe like acting like you don't matter in life. That's a bad energy too, because you're a beautiful, amazing, magical person. So those kind of frequencies, you're not going to change them. You're not going to change a kimono dragon. You're not going to change Lord Voldemort. What you're going to have to do is stay away from them every chance you get, right? Because that's always the best way. Just stay away from the low frequencies. If you learn nothing today, every time you identify a low frequency, get away from it, because you are putting yourself into danger. I'll give you a great example. I was coaching this mother, and her son was a great kid, but he was hanging out with some not so great kids, and she was concerned. Okay, right? You always hear that from mothers. But here was the other side of the coin. Her son was such a great guy, he felt sorry for his friend, so he'd go over and help him out. So he goes over, and his friend wants him to drive him over to a neighborhood. So off he goes to drive his friend over to a neighborhood, trying to do a good thing, bring up this guy's bad energy. And while this guy's there, he does a drug deal, unbeknownst to my client's son, who was just driving him. Well, sure, this guy gets back in the car, no problem, they're going home. Within 5 minutes, the cops stop them, right? And guess what? They find the drugs. And now, even though this young man who was wonderful and just trying to do an angelic thing, help his down in the dumps buddy, is going to jail with him. Okay? Why? Here's the lesson. If you put yourself in that low frequency, any amount of horrible things can happen to you, because you have a choice. You can choose this energy. You can choose the loving energy. So if you find yourself around a really dangerous energy, if it's a physical danger, call 911 right away. I mean, just don't even mess around with anything else. Do that first. Run, call 911, hide. But if it's a danger that's in your head or people around you, we'll get to the thoughts in a second, because that's a whole different realm of dark energy, right? What you say to yourself. I think that's going to have to be lesson number 2. Fighting the dark arts, lesson number 2, when they're in your own head. But right now, let's just talk about those bullies at school, the lame people at work that are always saying something stupid to you, or somebody in your family. Okay, number 1, you want to limit time with them as much as possible if you can't get away from them altogether. So that means if your mom is always horrible to you, sorry, talk to her for 10 minutes, not for an hour. Visit her once a month, not once a week, because you can't do that to yourself. You can't hurt yourself if this person is hurting you. And it may or may not be their fault. They may be a victim. Who knows? Lots of people were victims and choose not to become a bully or a horrible person. That said, I'm trying not to judge these people. I'm just trying to take care of you. Get away from them. Limit your time with them. So say you're in a job. Same thing. You're going to want to limit your time with anybody at work that you don't have to talk to. First of all, if you don't have to, interface with them, don't at all. And if you can avoid talking to them face to face, like through an email, always better. So limit the amount of time you get in their energy, because I call them shit makers. And basically, when they're on this shitty level of vibration, anytime you get around them, they're gonna shit on you, because that's what they have in them, a bunch of shit. So it doesn't matter who you are. It doesn't matter if you're the president or just some random person walking by. You walk by the shit maker, you're getting shit on. So stop taking it personal and get away from the shit makers. So that's my lesson on the dark arts today. Avoid the dark people, avoid the dark situations, avoid them, move away from them, and you're immediately starting to protect yourself and move into better energy, okay? And if you even like Ron, when he was wearing the Horcrux, he turned into a completely different person. He, was not even the same lovely friend. When people get in low frequencies, they act in horrible ways, even good people. And yes, you should try and help them, but you can't stay with them too long while you do that, because ultimately, we all have to help ourselves. We all can help ourselves. It's in our own ability to empower ourselves, to be the hero of our life we've got it covered. We've got that magic covered. We were born with it. So stick around, and thanks for watching Defense Against the Dark Arts Part 1. Stay away from the shit makers. Sorry if there's younger kids watching, but that said, I hope you take this with you, because you will spare yourself a lot of pain, agony, and just falling into a bad situation perchance because you accidentally are hanging out with that low frequency. So, number one, get away from the low frequency. Number two, limit time with them if you can't. And number three, surround yourself with as many high frequency loving people as possible. You know them. They make you feel amazing when you're around them. They make you feel like you can do anything. Go hang around them. You have the choice. Goodbye, everybody. Wishing you high frequencies and a magical day.